We are Sam and Parker, and welcome to the Get Us Out of Retail podcast. Today we are going to be discussing movie trailers for new movies that are coming out. This was super fun, and I really hope you enjoy.
Another thing that I really fucking love is movies. I am a big movie fiend. I am trying to get Sam to watch more.
It happens.
Yeah, because somebody doesn't watch so many movies, whereas they're living my whole life.
Like, everyone just always makes references and be like, have you seen this movie? And my answer to all of them is no.
Yeah, you never
I
know
haven't
what I'm
seen
talking about.
any movies.
And then I'm like pulling up clips, and I'm like, you watched this movie that definitely everybody but you has seen.
And that's the thing is, like, I watched, like, Disney movies and stuff as a kid, but, like, I guess just once I, like, grew out of becoming, like, a kid a little bit more, I guess I just stopped watching movies.
I think you did.
Like, I know for a fact that I got YouTube when I was 12, and so I stopped watching movies pretty much after that.
That's freaking crazy.
Anything that came out after I was 12, it was, like, rare if I've seen it.
But anyways, I am constantly on the idea and obsession of finding out what the new movies are coming out and what looks good, and me complaining and definitely rating what movies look bad. But we definitely have a long list of good movies that's coming up in the next couple of years. The first one that I thought was really interesting was a movie called Free Guy, starring Ryan Reynolds, which is pretty cool. We gotta love Deadpool. Who, from what I understand, he's like in a video game world, and he's just playing a background character and finding out that he's a background character and trying to live his life.
Yeah.
And it's one of the only movies I've seen on the list of upcoming movies. It's not like a sequel or prequel or anything that's not already something that's already been done.
Yeah.
It personally reminds me a little bit of Ready Player One, which is a good movie. But it does seem different enough that I'm actually interested in it, and I'm really hyped.
I was gonna say, like, when you're talking about sequels, like, Ready Player One did that really well, too.
Yeah.
Because it was mainly sequels, and then just, like, that new idea came out.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I feel like it didn't get as much hype as it deserved.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember not being that impressed whenever I saw it.
Yeah.
Like, I liked the story, but, like, for me, it didn't have any rewatch value, and I just, like, didn't care that much about it after I saw it.
That's fair. I really enjoyed it, but I also really love video games.
Yeah.
And the idea, like, Sword Art Online's an anime that's based around that idea, and I think it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, like, all these different things.
But Free Guy was, like, one of the ones that I was really excited about it, too, and I saw that you had chose it. I'm like, oh, we get to talk about that. Cool.
Oh, yeah. No. I'm a sucker for Ryan Reynolds. Anything he posts, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to watch that. And so it was definitely on my to-do list of watching.
The way I actually heard about this was through Jacksepticeye.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he's like, he like knows Ryan Reynolds or whatever, and they, like, talk, but, like, when this movie, I don't know, it had to have been, like, in the very, very early stages, because I remember it being a while ago, and Jacksepticeye was tweeting about it and, like, mentioning it on his YouTube channel, and I was like, oh, this seems super cool, and now, like, it seems like it's coming out soon, so.
Yeah, I think it might be coming out this year.
I'm pretty sure it is, because they had, like, an official trailer and everything, so I don't think it's next year.
Which nothing else seems to have.
Yeah.
We could not find trailers for hardly anything.
Yeah.
And obviously, with my love for Spider-Man, I have to put a little shout out for Spider-Man No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally, like, no plotline about it at all. However, I have so many good speculations about what the movie's going to be, and I would literally do anything for the Spider-Man series.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of hope because, like, Spider-Man Homecoming was really good, don't get me wrong. However, it's just like one of those things, it's like they're also working on Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse 2.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's going to get more love in this? Because I highly doubt one of them is going to get a, like, equal amount of love.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I was also really excited because there was a bunch of mentions that it might tie in with the Doctor Strange multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw that Benedict Cumberbatch was going to be in it, supposedly, which I'm kind of hyped about. Because, I don't know, just seeing Spider-Man interact with anybody is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
He's so awkward. And then I also really want to talk about Thor Love and Thunder. That comes out early next year. And I was personally excited about this movie, even though there's a lack of, once again, any information about it. But they were mentioning that Christian Bale's going to play a character in it, which I find really funny, because doesn't he play Batman now?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he plays Batman, so he's going to be a Marvel and a DC character, so that's interesting.
that's dope.
But Natalie Portman's coming back, who played like Thor's girlfriend in like the first movie.
Mhm.
I'm really hyped because they like took her out.
Yeah.
And I wanted her back in because she's just such a good character and has so much character development, and I was really upset when they got rid of her.
Yeah.
And then another movie I have been hyped about for years is Sherlock Holmes 3.
I love that when you mentioned this to me, I said I didn't know there was a 1 or a 2.
It's definitely a series that not that many people I feel like know about it, but it's Robert Downey Jr., who is another actor I would die for. I would probably just watch about anything he's ever done.
Yeah.
And I also have been like Sherlock Holmes has been like an obsession of mine since I was a small child. Like as soon as I knew what books were, I was reading the original book series. Like I love Sherlock.
Interesting.
And then I fell in love with like Iron Man, which is Robert Downey Jr.
Mhm.
And I fell in love with Robert Downey Jr. as a person. And I found he did Sherlock Holmes himself, and I was like, oh hell yeah, I gotta watch these.
Yeah.
And fell in love with those movies. And he had made a tweet, and I don't know if it was edited or not. Like it might have just been like a joke on like Tumblr. This was years ago. But he made a post, and it was asking if fans would like Iron Man 4 more or Sherlock Holmes 3.
Yeah.
And when I found out that was even going to be a slight possibility, I was pretty hyped. Because, like, both would be really cool for me. But now that we know Iron Man 4 is not really going to be a thing because of him dying, spoiler alert, that now there's more of a possibility of Sherlock Holmes 3, and I'm pretty hyped about it.
Yeah.
They said it was supposed to come out in 2020, but it's now 2021, and there's still no synopsis about it, so we'll see.
Well, the thing about us talking about new movies, the struggle is that we're still feeling the effects of last year.
Yeah.
And like things are just now opening back up in America. And so, like, filming things is really difficult. I know so many things that they wanted to come out this year, they're just now getting around to filming.
Yeah.
So there's delays in literally everything.
And then, like, the things that did manage to come out, they weren't, like, theater releases with the theaters being closed. Like, there was a lot of movies I wanted to talk about, but turns out they're already out.
Yeah.
Didn't even realize, because there's not much media about them because everybody's been stuck in their homes.
Yeah, and that was, like, one of the things about the movie theaters closing that was really unfortunate.
Yeah. And I still feel like we're still struggling with it now because, like, even though they're saying, oh, this movie's going to come out and this year or next year, there's no guarantee because it's still kind of difficult to film in America.
Yeah, and the film industry is still figuring out how they want to do this. Like, there's that one actor, I don't remember which actor it was, and he was freaking out on set about people not taking masks seriously.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. It was, like, filming during COVID, and they weren't, like, some of the crew weren't wearing masks like they were supposed to, when he was literally wearing 2 masks, and he started, like, freaking out and screaming at him.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't remember which movie it is, but one of the actors did that.
Can't say I blame him, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're trying to do something like that in the middle of a pandemic where people are dying.
Yeah, you have to do it in a safe way or else you just look like a jerk.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the ones I had, obviously I don't know anything about movies. I just get really excited about random movies every now and then. And so for Jurassic World 3 Dominion, I just, like, when I saw the trailer, I thought it was really cool because of the whole, like, it feels like one of the first times that you've really seen, like, the whole idea of dinosaurs actually coming into, like, our society and how it would, like, blend with that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel, because, like, I feel like the other movies, they were still kind of contained, but this one seems to be just, like, letting it all go, like, completely and just out in the world.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's, like, a really cool idea.
See, like, I love Jurassic Park. Like, I love the entire series. I love the fandom. It's a big passion of mine.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about this movie, but at the same time, like, when are you guys gonna stop? That's like how they're redoing Ghostbusters again.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have one with, like, some of the kids from Stranger Things. Like, they're literally doing Ghostbusters again.
I'll probably watch it.
I'll probably watch it, yeah. But at the same time, like, the 5,000 Fast and Furious, like, how many are we going to keep doing, guys?
Honestly, they can make as many as they want, and I'll still watch them. I absolutely love this series.
No, honestly, same, but it's at the same time, I'm, like, a little squint about it. Like, I'm like,
yeah.
Do we really have to do a 6 now?
For me, it got better during Jurassic World. I got more into it during Jurassic World than I ever did in Jurassic Park.
Yep, I feel like you like newer age things more than I
that's
do.
true.
I like the classics. So, like,
That's
I was a little, like, I still enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I was still very hyped they were doing another one. Like, we went and seen it in theaters. Like, it was a good time. But at the same time, it's like, I still, like, yearn for, like, those old computers and, like, the very just comforting of it being old was just such a nice comfort movie for me.
Yeah.
And now they're all new age and technology. It just makes me sad thinking about how, like, I feel like that's what museums are becoming now. Everything's just going all towards technology.
Which is interesting because I feel like I can like stuff that's older, but like I do feel like I more like the new age stuff. And even what I was talking about with just like this new idea of like showing the dinosaurs in like our like natural environment now, like that's so cool, and that takes like a lot of like really high definition stuff to do. Like you can't do that in an old like filter type of way. You know,
especially how they filmed a lot of the original Jurassic Park scenes.
Yeah,
there's no way in hell they could have done this.
Which I do feel like the classics are cool.
Yeah.
But I just got so much more into it during like the first Jurassic World.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I just like the history behind them.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool how they like filmed the original one with like the guys with like the Velociraptor heads and having to move like a Velociraptor would.
Yeah.
I just think that's just got good history behind it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that from like the backstory of like that series in general.
Yeah.
For me, during Jurassic World, like I just really loved what's his name, like Chris Pratt.
Yep. Chris Pratt.
I really liked like his interactions with like the whole like Velociraptor thing and how like he like connected with them well. Like I just found that so entertaining.
No, that was definitely honestly my favorite part.
Yeah.
The series is seeing him interact with Blue and like all the other Velociraptors.
That, and then the second one, it just gets like developed upon with Blue. Like that's really cool.
It's a really cool series. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with this one.
Yeah, I'm super excited, honestly. Like I definitely see what you're saying with like kind of like how long are we gonna drag this on for? Because that's what I kind of thought. I'm like, what more can they do? But like watching the trailer, I'm like, oh, so it's like all the other movies except now they're actually out in the world. Like,
yeah, and like my dad personally hates the series because of how much I talk about it.
Yeah,
and he's like, they all look like the same thing. It's just all dinosaurs. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's dinosaurs, but they're different dinosaurs. And yeah, it might be basically the same plot line.
And it's a slightly different story.
Yeah.
There's two different children in this one.
Like Jurassic World is a water dinosaur. That's kind of cool, right? Like, at least this one has a different plot line than all the other ones. So
yeah.
I have that to look forward to.
Anyway, another movie that I'm super excited for coming out. It doesn't have a trailer yet, but Knives Out 2. Literally, like when Knives Out came out, I had no idea like anything about it. Like I'm pretty sure my parents and I got it off of like Redbox or something and like took it home and watched it. And we had no idea like what to expect. Like we just were like, oh, like it's like we read the little summary and we're like, yeah, sure, okay. But then when you watch it, there's just like so many twists and turns constantly. And it's just like the weirdest shit ever. Like you feel like you're out on an absolute trip when you're watching it. Like at any point on screen, you're like, what the fuck is happening? and like characters just keep getting introduced. Like the most popular actors aren't introduced until like 20 minutes into the movie. Like it's so interesting how that happens, and so that's why you like can't see the ending coming too. Is because you just like there's got to be like 30 main characters in this movie. like there's just characters everywhere because they're like a big family.
Yeah,
and so there's just like characters everywhere.
Oh, I think I know what movie you're talking about now. I didn't no recognition of what Knives Out is.
Yeah, I don't know how I found it, but I absolutely fell in love with that movie. And so, just anything that they do, like, it's just that same style. Like, it just looks so weird. Like, it's so just, like, bizarre and out there that I just absolutely love it.
No, I haven't seen it, and I'm sure you probably haven't seen it, but is it kind of like The Matrix in any way?
It's kind of like that, but opposite. Like, instead of, like, new age glitchy shit, it's like they're in this old, like, weird-ass fucking house that looks like it's fucking century old, and it's kind of like a murder mystery, but just like weird shit keeps happening and you just keep seeing like how this family is like interacting.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't even know why I like it, but I just absolutely love the entire movie.
It kind of sounds like Clue.
Yeah, that's exactly like the premise.
Okay.
Yeah, but just like combine a bunch of super famous actors into being weird as shit characters. Like I cannot imagine what they were thinking when they were reading like what their character is and like the character motivations, because it's just so bizarre. But anyway, with Knives Out 2, the only thing they really know about it is it's not going to be a continuation of the same family. It's going to be a completely different like idea using the same actors, which I also love because like with the family that you saw in Knives Out, there's nothing really left to explore. Like it's done.
Yeah.
And so I was glad that they didn't just like try to like choose a character and drag some stuff out. Like I just really liked that it's gonna be like something completely different and it's gonna be like a new family.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
No, I was just looking at this because I just couldn't like entirely remember what Knives Out is. It's got Chris Evans in it.
Yeah. Like I said, they don't introduce him until like 20 minutes into the movie. And he's like the most popular actor in the movie or something.
To me, yeah. Like, he's the one
Yeah.
I'm most interested in seeing.
And I
like,
think that'd probably be most people that were watching it.
Oh, yeah. No, like, one of my things is, like, I specifically watch movies for certain actors sometimes just because I know they have good work. And, like, that makes me want to watch it.
He does a really good job in it, too. He plays his character, like, very, very well, even though all the characters are just fucking bizarre.
Yeah, I remember seeing the commercial for this, and me and my dad both were really hyped about it. It did look really good.
Like, it's got, like, this vintage-ass nature to it. Like,
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
It does look really good. I'll have to look into that. But
Yeah.
now I'm really excited for the second one. I haven't even seen the first one yet.
Yeah, exactly. So, the last one I wanted to talk about was Midnight in the Switchgrass. I literally watched the trailer this morning. You just watched the trailer like 2 hours ago. The reason why I like that I'm excited for this movie is specifically because of Machine Gun Kelly, and I just love him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so that's the only reason why I'm hyped for this movie.
No.
But so a little, just like real quick, a fun fact about this movie that gets me excited about it is that Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox met on set and now they're dating. And I just love times when that happens. And so I don't care if this movie is absolute garbage. I'm just here for it. If Machine Gun Kelly is in it, I'm still going to watch it.
See, I feel like I have the absolute opposite reaction of what you have.
Really?
As soon as I watched the trailer, I was like, this movie's going to be garbage. And here's why.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, movies are literally my favorite thing ever. I obsess over them. I critique all of them. I love them.
Yeah.
One of my biggest pet peeves is
Yeah.
when they produce movies and they specifically choose the most famous people they could think of just to get younger people to watch the movies.
Yeah.
It's such a director like little scam. They're like, oh, we need to get our ratings up with younger viewers.
Yeah.
Let's add in some, what is he, a rapper? I don't know what he is. I don't listen.
He does songs with Youngblood.
Does he really? I don't pay attention.
My dude.
Anyway, they just throw on some random
We
musician.
were jamming to him when we sing songs in the car.
That's so funny. I don't pay attention. But like that, and I just don't like Megan Fox. I have never liked a single movie that woman is in.
Have you seen pictures of Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I watched the trailer.
No, but have you seen like pictures of them together?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Let's look real quick.
I just don't like Megan Fox's acting. I personally, more props to her.
I don't give a shit about them as actors, but
We're talking about movies here, my dude.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. My point is they're the cutest fucking couple on earth, and I love them, and they're everything I want to be. So they just do weird shit on like fucking on the red carpet,
No.
and I like
I
that.
literally hate that so much. And here's my other thing: is like the plotline of the movie didn't make sense to me.
Oh yeah, absolute trash. But
Is
I'm
it like
so excited.
sexual assault? Like, what is going on? Is it
Yeah.
a horror movie?
Yeah, it's like a thriller, I think.
Okay, well,
Because it's based on a true story.
oh, that's even worse.
Because
I don't like that.
It's about this fucking like butcher dude in like Texas or something.
I hate that. That is terrifying. No, thank you.
And like Coulson, aka Machine Gun Kelly, he's like a pimp in it.
oh yeah,
And
I
so,
got that vibe, which I hate even more. I hate that. I don't know. It's just like it looks like such a trash movie.
So as someone that likes true crime and that like likes learning about like serial killers, like you don't find it at all interesting, like the concept of the movie.
Not at all.
That's so interesting because I do like, even though like my biggest criticism of it, obviously I'm gonna see it anyway, but was that they showed way too fucking much in the trailer. They showed everything. Like there cannot be a single like surprise in the fucking movie because they showed everything.
And see, I think that's part of the reason why I actually hated it.
Yeah.
Because like I hate movies like that.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you go in the theater and you go, I feel like I've already watched this movie.
Yeah.
Because you have.
Yeah,
because there's not enough good content in the movie that they have to throw every single amount of good content to get people to come watch the movie.
Yeah.
And it's very obvious that even the quote-unquote good enough content to put in the trailer is not even that good, in my opinion. And it literally just seems like an actor trash haul of just trying to get people to come watch it.
I think that there were some redeemable parts, like, in the trailer that would be cool in the movie. But, like, so, like, obviously Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox, like, I just want to see anything they do on screen together. Because that's so interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's so interesting to me that they met and now they're dating. Like, that's what's fascinating to me about it. So I want to see them, like, interact on screen. And even, I also think it's cool to show, like, fucking pimps and, like, people who are in that industry.
Yeah.
I think it's cool to show that. And then also with the dude that's, like, a serial killer.
Yeah.
Like, her, like, Megan Fox's character, like, having to be, like, some kind of detective and, like, lure him in. That's a cool concept.
I mean, I guess so. I don't know.
Like, it has to be just absolutely trash execution. But I still think at, like, the basis of what it is, it's a cool concept.
Yeah. And so my thing is like, I always joke about how I really love trashy movies. So who knows? Maybe it'll be my next favorite.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love horror movies, though.
Yeah.
I love anything scary. And so, like, when we were choosing things, I was like, I have to choose one that's at least remotely, like, gonna be even, like, a thriller, because I can't just have, like, all these regular-ass movies.
You know, I'm really glad you did choose this one, though, because isn't there, like, A Quiet Place 2 coming out or something?
Probably, but I haven't seen the first ones.
I haven't either, but the trailer gave me the fucking creeps. I did not like that.
Yeah.
I like some horror movies, but these newer ones make me really nervous. I don't like them.
Yeah, you only like very, very old horror movies that are not scary.
No, some of them are a little. Some of the corn scared the shit out of me, man.
It's not scary.
It's scary
It's
as
not
hell.
scary.
No, I feel like I've watched a few newer ones. I just don't like a lot of them. Like
They're
Trick or
definitely
Treat came
they're
out.
like a lot scarier
Yeah.
for the most part because they have better technology.
It really just depends on what the movie's about. Because, like, I just don't trust people. When it's, like, I don't know, fucking Alien or some shit, where it's something that's less likely to happen, that's fine. But when it's actual people, and you know how fucked up people are, and how we have, like, murdered a shit ton of people, and, like, ate them or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, just shit like that.
That's what I love about horror movies. Like we like these things for the opposite reasons because I love shit like that. I love when it's a person. I can't stand when it's like an alien or something.
Yeah.
I love when it's a person because of like how much I love true crime, and I love like I don't know. It's just really interesting for me to watch.
Yeah.
For me to like actually physically watch it happen.
No, you know what? I have seen newer ones. Split. I watched Split.
I liked Split. I know that there's
good.
like problems with it, but I still liked it.
As a psychology
They were
major.
gonna make another one.
Yeah, I think that was one of the trailers I watched, actually. I'm pretty sure they are making another one.
Like, there was the problem with Split was showing them as being, like, as always having, like, an evil entity inside of them. But as far as just, like, a scary-ish movie, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it has some problems. But,
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, it is a movie, and they're always going to villainize something.
Yeah.
So
There has to be a villain.
yeah, I mean, it has its up and down. I mean, there's movies that I've watched that I think are way worse than that.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's Sybil was a movie I watched at way too young of an age.
We talked about it in my serial killers class.
Oh my god. I think I was literally like maybe 10.
Yeah.
And my school showed it to me.
Of course.
That movie traumatized the hell out of me, man. Which now I found out it's all fake.
Yeah.
It's all based off a fake story. She made up everything.
Yeah.
But just them putting such a bad light on everything.
Yeah.
It frustrates me to no end. And I think that's another reason why I just don't like these horror movies that add people and stuff and then we give them a really bad light because like sometimes they're just clinically ill and they need help.
Yeah.
especially like the real story ones and everything.
Yeah, for like that, I definitely agree, but I don't know. I think you can take some movies about like serial killers and stuff and make a good movie.
Oh yeah.
And make it like tasteful and not like all about mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do think that can happen.
Like I don't think it's a movie, and I wouldn't necessarily call it a horror movie, but I really want to watch The Act on Hulu.
Oh yeah, I watched it.
Have you? Is it really good?
Yeah, it's not like the only issue with that is that some like important things are incorrect in there.
I heard that today.
And Gypsy like is in prison right now. For those of you guys that don't know, like it's about Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and she is in prison for murdering her mother who abused her basically. Y'all told more into it, but that's the basis of it.
Mm-hmm.
So she has a friend that's actually on TikTok that they were friends in prison and the friend got out.
Yeah.
And so she's been showing her like episodes of The Act. And the problem is that she's not getting any money from that, and half of it's wrong.
Yeah.
But like as far as entertaining wise, it's really, really good. I've honestly watched it like twice. They did some like weird sexual stuff with it, which all movies and TV shows did.
Yeah.
Like some stuff that was just unnecessarily sexual. Like why did we have to include this?
Was it between her and the guy that actually killed her mother though? Because I think that stuff is true.
Yeah, and some of it is true, but then some of it is like a dramatization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which let's be real, they have to dramatize something.
Yeah.
It's a movie or a show or whatever.
They focused in on this like BDSM aspect of their relationship
that
was a little true, but it wasn't like their entire relationship.
Yeah.
And it like almost made it seem like they were trying to justify his actions when he's crazy and he's like the true killer, like not her.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. So that's what's wrong with it. But super, super entertaining, and I don't remember the actor's name, but she does a really good job.
I heard that they were really good. I thought they might be non-binary. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I thought I read something about them. Could be completely off. I don't know.
Possibly, but all the actors in that are really good. Really good.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's on my watch list for sure.
Yeah, I think they need to honestly. I don't understand why they wouldn't give her a cut of that.
Yeah, that's something, I just found out about that today, and that's something that kind of really makes me mad, honestly, is that they didn't give her that justice.
Yeah.
Even though she is in prison, at the same time.
But the thing is, there's a lot of, debate about the trial, and they don't think that she should have been in prison because her mom was abusing her.
Yeah.
And she also wasn't the one that killed her. She was an accomplice, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but a lot of it just didn't really make sense to me, honestly.
Yeah.
But, I think her trial needs to be revisited.
Yeah, for sure. There's some revisitations happening, and even, without the revisitation, she's getting out in, a couple years' time, I think.
Yeah, somebody said, she's getting...
soon.
In 2023, I think is what it said. They're going to revisit her case or something like that.
Yeah,
I just read it today.
They're revisiting it soon, and she's getting out soon, too.
Yeah. So that's really exciting for her, honestly.
Yeah. It's been, I don't know what the lady's name is on TikTok, but there is a lady that is friends with her, and it's really cool. TikTok account. Don't forget to follow us wherever podcasts are available to stay up to date on new episodes. Thanks for watching.